utilization. So I saw a comment on my YouTube channel where someone said that they basically used too much money on a credit card and a credit score dropped. And I want you guys to fully understand utilization, because I remember when I first started really teaching about credit, I used to always talk about, oh, remove the negative account, all these different things, remove your inquiries, things like that. And I told people to get credit cards, but I started to understand the importance of actually having great utilization or down on your credit cards. So that's why I was like, okay, let me make a video about this, because utilization is the most important thing, like, to me, when it come down to your credit, because we shouldn't even be having credit cards, honestly, if you're not gonna pay our credit time. And paying a minimum payment on a credit card is not life or death, but paying off your balance or keeping your balance on your credit card is very, very important. And if you guys do not keep the balance on your credit card, you're going to see that your credit score is going to be lower than normal. But people need to understand this: if your credit score is low because you have a balance on your credit card, all you have to do is just pay off your credit card or pay it down, see your credit score go up. So say if you look on Credit Karma say that 50% utilization of your credit card. When you pay your credit card down and have it at a 30%, you're going to see an increase. If you pay it down some more to get it to 10%, you're going to see an increase. When you pay it down to 10%, you're going to see an increase. And when you pay it down 5%, you're going to see an increase. Now, if you were to see the different increases, you will say, oh, wow, my credit score kept changing a lot. It kept going up. Now, you'll be able to see the different changes, or you'll be able to see how it went down every time. I tell people that when it comes down to paying off your credit cards or paying down your credit cards, you want to see an increase. If you were just to pay it from that 50% and pay it down to 5%, you would have got all the points you would have had gotten if you guys were to go from paying it down in increments of 10%. You would have just got every once. So if you want your credit score to go up very, very fast, pay your credit cards on very fast. Now, when it comes down to utilization too, you have to understand that not only are they looking at your overall utilization on your credit cards, so they're looking at individual utilization on each credit card. So I usually tell people, check your utilization on each of your credit cards. Make sure each of your credit cards have very low utilization and let them all add up to a nice utilization. The only time I would not say think about the utilization on a credit card is if you have like a % APR credit card. So right now I have a 0% APR credit card that I'm not finna pay off until about October or November. I know what the utilization is on that credit card. If it's at 80%, 70%, I don't care. My overall utilization is going to be lower because I have other credit cards that I'm not necessarily using. But when it comes down to those credit cards, I don't care about the utilization. Now, if I wanted to apply for something, before I apply for anything, I just want to make sure that my utilization is as my utilization is as low as I can get it, 5% or lower. If you guys are not double checking this utilization, then you're going to find that you're not going to probably get approved for some of the credits you want, or maybe they won't give you the limit that you're looking for. So I always tell people, double check the utilization on all your credit cards. Utilization is very, very low before you apply for a credit card or any other loan or whatever you're applying for with your credit, because utilization is about 30% of your credit score. We should already be paying our bills on time. So the next thing up under payment history, which is 35%, is 30% utilization. Okay, and I know people say, oh, well, I should keep my utilization at 30%. Try this. Put your credit cards or let your utilization go to 30% and see what your credit score is. Just try it. Your credit score going to go back up or down depending on where it's at. Try at 30% and then go down to 5% and then tell me what the difference in your credit score. Remember, at any time you can change your utilization by just your credit card. And if you want your credit score to go up the soonest, what I want you to do is see which credit card is going to report the soonest. And then that's the that I want you all to pay off first. So if you like, oh, my credit score to go up within the next week or two, which credit card is basically they have a due date of yesterday or maybe in the next few days you should pay down, because as soon as they report a lower balance on their credit card, that's when you're going to see your credit score go up. Don't think, oh, you know what, I'm going to wait and pay this other one, is due in 3 weeks, even though you got a credit card that's due tomorrow. That's not how you're going to get your credit score to go up the fastest. The way you're going to get your credit score to go up the fastest is if you see which credit card is due the soonest. Credit card is due next for you and you pay down that credit card. The credit card companies only report to the credit bureaus once per month, right? So if they're going to report once per month, once you get that statement out for the credit card, you can't get a new statement, or you can't have them report again until the next month. So that's why I say whichever credit card is basically due, like yesterday, that credit card can work, or whichever credit card is due within 2 weeks, pay that one down. And again, try it out. See what credit score look like at 30%, and then see what it looks like at 5%. If you find that your credit score is a lot better at the 5%, which I know I find that my credit score is always so nice when I have my utilization at 5% compared to, like, I have a 0% APR. My credit score is not the best. My credit went down when I left a balance, and I don't care if it go down 5 points, 10 points, or even 50 points. It still goes down, and that's points that you're lacking when you go ahead and apply for some other type of credit. It's still points that you're lacking, and you have to understand that sometimes companies don't care how clean your credit report is. They want to know what your credit score is. So I always tell people, try to get a point that you can get, especially when you're dealing with trying to get a mortgage. The higher your credit score is, the better interest rate you're going to get. So every point that you can, and when it come down to utilization, you want to be able to get it. So again, let me sum this up. All of your credit cards, try to have them all at 5% or below in terms of utilization. Make sure that you're paying your statement balance so that you never be charged any interest on your credit cards. And if you can't maintain a 5% utilization on your credit cards, try to maintain a 10%, try to maintain a 15% utilization, try to maintain but don't go over 29%. 29% is just maintain. Y'all went to school when it's like, okay, you just need to get a C to pass my class. That's what a 29% is. Okay, it's a C. We're gonna pass you technically, but we're not gonna give you a good grade, but we're not gonna fail you. That's what the 29% is. A is 5%. A B is about 10 to 15%. Anything under that 9%, you get an F. Really, they're gonna fail you. Okay, they're gonna just fail you, and your credit gonna take a lot of points off. So just make sure that you guys keep your utilization in check. And if you find that you're like, oh my gosh, Rickita, I don't have the best utilization, this could be a problem. All you got to do is pay down your credit cards. Once you pay it down, you're gonna see your credit score up the next month. That's all it is. Your utilization can make your credit score go up and down, and it only takes a month to really change it. And at a max, should I say, because at any point you can just pay off all your credit cards today, and next month or this month, well, technically it is next month because it's the last day of the month, July, but next month you'll start seeing, as soon as they start reporting all those low balances, the zero balance, you're gonna see, oh my gosh, my credit score went up 10 points once this credit card reported. Oh my gosh, it went up another 15 from this one. Oh wow, it went up 7. All of those things add up to the points that you've been missing this whole time because you had the utilization. So just make sure you keep your utilization in check, you guys, and as soon as you stay on top of this, you can have the best credit score possible. Okay, but I hope that this is helpful, you all. I will definitely see you guys for another live on Friday, and I hope to see you all there.